And now we have the moment of truth. Will this technology work? I wonder. Hello, Bobby Joe.
How you doing, my friend?
Oh my God, it does work. Hallelujah. Great to hear from you, Bobby Joe.
Oh, it's great to be here, my friend. And this I've been looking forward to this for quite some time. That here we can have your listeners and we can hang out and play some good old blues harmonica today, brother.
Exactly. Bobby Joe, give me listeners an idea of your background and why you're here today as our harmonica tutor.
Okay. Well, I've been playing harmonica, gosh, since about 1966, and that's when I got turned on to it. It was actually I was singing in some garage bands, and a fellow turned me on to the Paul Butterfield Blues Band. Once I heard that, I just was that was hooked. So I ran out and bought a harmonica, if you can believe it, a Marine Band harmonica for $1.25. And I started playing at it. I really couldn't play much, but I would just listen and let Paul play. And I worked on it and worked on it until I went into service, and then I really started pursuing it and started buying any kind of album. That was back when the albums were the hot setup, and anything that had harmonic on it, I would buy it and I'd listen to it, and that's how I learned about Little Walter and Big Walter and Charlie Musselwhite and all these cats that were the players of the day, uh, uh, and then I just kept on pursuing it. I went to a junior college and pursued a music because I went down to New Orleans and played on Bourbon Street, and I didn't make a dime, but it was such a an eye opener for me because all these great musicians playing for change on the corner. So I went to this junior college music. They heard me play, asked me to teach a continuing education class, and so that's when I got into the teaching. And I really pursued it then, and it helped my playing because any information that I wanted to give to somebody to show them how to do it, I wanted to make sure that was correct. So as we start our lessons here, my dear friend, uh, just understand that everything that I show you is just something that's proven that it's worked for me. I'm not these kinds that just say my way is the only way. Um, but I can guarantee you that I did everything wrong. And so I know what I'm telling you is right. So I'm here. I am so honored, very flattered to be asked to start these lessons here again with your listeners, and I do that on my radio show. And so we're going to start combining this into where all these wonderful people, all our listeners that want to pursue blues harmonica, man, we're going to do it. And it's fast track right now. I'm going to have Brother Les just blowing those blues today.
Well, I'm glad you've got some confidence in me, Bobby Joe, because I don't have an awful lot of confidence in myself. But just to let your listeners know that we're actually Skyping Bobby Joe, so if you hear the odd crackle now and again, you know why. And I've got a slight advantage because I can actually see Bobby Joe. But what I'm trying to do is to record this, so tomorrow, hopefully, I'll put this recording on the website or Facebook or something like that, so you can have a look at actually what we're doing. So what we're gonna do today, Bobby Joe?
Well, I want to start out. We have to understand of how to produce a song, a tone in the harmonica, and the proper of how the harmonica actually creates a tone. Most everybody, including myself, you buy a harmonica and you put it up to your mouth and you blow and draw on it. Hoom, hop, hoom, hop, hoom, hop. But you don't understand or you're not thinking about what you're trying to make the harmonica do. And so I have, in my years of teaching, I want to get that across first. So that's what we're going to start with you today is we're going to understand on how to hold the harmonica, how to produce a sound, and how the air goes into the air chamber. That's those little tin holes there, and how it goes in, and also you draw it in and how it goes out, and how if you move the harmonica just ever so slightly, how the tone will change, and the note will be much purer. Because I'm not much of a note guy, of a flurry of notes. I like the less is more concept, of where it's pay like BB King. He plays 5 notes and he takes you around the world
Yeah.
with it, as opposed to somebody just because yes, that's a quite technique, and it's showy, and yes, there's a zillion people like it, but I like it, well, bum bum bum, and play the notes, and I'm going to show you how to do that today, Les.
Excellent.
Okay. So, well, let's start out. Is we're going to be we're working on a 10-hole diatonic harmonica, and these are all they have evolved. It started out as the Marine Band, and then it went to the blues harp, and then a special 20, and that's what I'm going to be playing on today, is a special 20. It's going to be in the key of C. And how you know that is on the right hand side. If you're looking at it and you read it, the harmonica, they generally will have the key that it's stamped in. Now, the way these things were designed, Les, was they were designed all in major keys. So starting out, so you had in the key of C, D, E, F, G, A, B, B flat, all your keys. Then they're designed that they have the relative minor of the key. So that's the natural minor of each key.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is how you could play all these polkas and all these different kinds of songs. You could play it in the minor because you knew that the root note of the minor key was on the draw 6 on these. And so you just had to, I'm not going to get into too much into theory. Well, that was it. That was the way it was designed. So then when the harmonica came over here in the United States in the 1800s, these black cats, would just pick it up and they just start playing. And they found out of cross harp, and where the blues is mostly the cross harp, and that's where that you're playing in a different key than what is stamped on the harmonica itself.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So and you cross harp, you would always count up 5 from the key that's stamped on there. So we're in a key of we have a C harmonica, which you have a C harmonica. Is that correct?
That's right, Bobby Joe.
Okay, so let's count up, and you always count the root notes. So it's C, D, E, F, and G.
Yep.
So second position, cross harp position, is the key of G, and you'll find that by drawing on the number 2 hole. So there we go. That we have now. I've talked to you that you can actually play in 3 different keys right from the get-go here.
It's incredible for such a small instrument to get 3 keys out of 10 holes.
Right. And what makes the instrument is such a wonderful creative instrument, because you have so many nuances of tone that you can do by just little stuff that you do with your mouth, your throat, your diaphragm, your body, that changes the tone. And also in the little 10-hole diatonic harmonica, it's frustrating to other musicians that play other instruments besides harmonica, meaning that if you learning how to play a guitar and you want to play the key of G with the flatted seventh, which is the kind of the blues feel to it.
Mhm.
You have to know on the fretboard where those notes are.
Mhm.
But then the good old 10-hole diatonic harmonica, if you just draw on the number 2 hole, then that puts you right into the cross harp position. That's your root note. And then you can blow as you say, every bloody note on the harmonica, and you're still in that key, and you come back down to it. So that's why these, and I'm not belittling it, but these old black cats that maybe didn't have too much music theory, but they played so wonderfully, is because they're playing by ear, because they have, once you start at the right note to know the key that you're in, then you've got the harp, the whole harp, and that's why they can be so creative. And whereas opposed as a piano player or flute player or guitarist or any saxophonist, you have to know where those notes are
Yeah.
to make them.
Excellent. So,
Okay.
so are we going to be tootling away on the second hole up, which is the second hole from the left-hand side of the harmonica?
Yes, from the left-hand side, where you can read the numbers. Now, there's a lot of great players that played it upside down and backwards. When you get these books, it's always, you have to read the numbers from the left to the right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you have to read the numbers, but not like Sonny Terry, one of the world renowned, just incredible player. He was blind, so he played it upside down and backwards. Paul Butterfield played it upside down and backwards. William Clark played it upside down and backwards. And I think for the cats that could see I think because they were left-handed. And so instead of holding the harp in their right hand with the numbers, they would hold it like this, and where the numbers are upside down. So the high notes were closest to your to your hand, and the low notes are out away from your hand, so you can see what I'm saying like that, because it's upside and backwards. And I don't know, I think maybe it helped them with their choice of notes of that switch, because obviously they were just incredible players. But let's do it where we're going to do it. Yes, you're holding it right. Now I want you to see my hand. I call that the open C. Okay. Now your left hand though. You're right-handed though,
I am,
right?
yes.
Okay. So let's not do the harmonica yet, but I want you to make with your left hand. I want to see that like this. There, very good. Now we're going to take the harmonica with our right hand, and we're going to slide it right in there like that.
Yep, so I've made a C shape in my left hand, and I've just slid the harmonica into it.
Okay, now what we want to see though, Les, is I'm going to tilt it down here, is we want to see how I have like about a ½ inch that goes just straight like this. We don't want to see this, and we don't want to see this, because that's going to affect how when you put your mouth up to the harmonica. The reason why I tell you this is because when I started playing and teaching myself how to play, I'd go like this and my jaw would hurt, and I go, how come the air is? Well, it's because I didn't have the harmonica placed properly in my hand.
What Bobby Joe's just shown us is that you've got to keep your fingers on top of the harmonica, not block any of the holes out at the front or the back, and keep it tilted slightly downwards.
Yes, and the thumb is the same, so it's parallel with your index finger. We'll say that this is your index finger, and here's your thumb. Now see how they are parallel with mine, and see how on the top. Now that's what you have to have on your harp. Okay. Now once you've got that, my friend, I'm always a stickler that you could take it away do your hand and practice just doing that to where you know exactly what you want, what you have to have. Now you're going to take your fingers, the remaining fingers, and I want you to kind of a little bow to them. See how I've
Yeah,
got that?
like that. Yeah,
You've got
yeah.
the same thing. Now, the reason why that I'm real big on that is because, yes, you can play it like this, where they're flat, but if you put a little bit of a bow to it, now look at it, and it's more like the bell of a trumpet because you're controlling the sound. This, yes, it sounds good, but this even sounds better. Okay?
Yep.
So now, okay, now what I want you to do, because on this lesson here, I want you to play on 1, 2, and 3, or 4, even like this, and we're gonna blow. So we're gonna go like this and draw. So try that. Relax it. Yes. Okay, very good. Now we're going to take our right hand, and I want you to, of course, I'm looking down here. I didn't remember that you can see my hand roll. See how I got my right hand and it's kind of cupped like this? See that? Okay. I want you to take your right hand and do that. The right hand. Now you're coming under it. Come around with it. There we go. Now you're going to go like this, and you're going to put it right up like that.
So what I'm doing is I've got my right hand and I've cupped it, and I've actually put it underneath my left hand and to the back of the harmonica too.
Right. Now what I want you to do is turn your right hand a little bit like this, where the palms are hitting each other. There we go. There we go. See? Now, and you got to cup the hand, because look at what happens, Les, when you open up.
Yeah.
See, it's that bell of the trumpet. Okay, so now you try that. I want you to play and blow, and okay, and we'll call this a muted position, so just keep it muted. Very good, very good. Now what you can do is then, once again, when you have the time, you want to look around on your hand there and kind of seal it off, because the more control that you have of the tone, that's what is we forget that the harmonica is this. The harmonica is the air comes in, and it's the way that you hold your hands. It's the way that you put the harmonica up to your mouth. It's the way that you do your throat, and you open it, and your diaphragm, and it's literally your body turns into the to the instrument. So let's just try a little stuff. I just want to blow and draw, or draw both. Here we go. Okay, the Skype's not working. Try it again.
Aha! It looks as if we might have lost Bobby Joe on that one.